two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Cardinals going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's go out to AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. This offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo play. Size, speed, toughness, not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Let's go!
Now Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards. Red zone opportunity.
Come on, let's go!
Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath. Elliott. A strong running. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second and goal.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
On the sneak, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Palmer on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And he rifles one incomplete. And now the the defense for Dallas.
Justin Durant doesn't get mentioned very often in conversation, but at the end of every game, he's made a lot of tackles.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. On third down, Palmer. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here comes the 11 on offense back onto the field for Dallas. And Ezekiel Elliott effusively praised his O-line after their Week 10 win, said, bottom line, I'm running behind the best O-line in the league.
And he's right. And they invested in this offensive line. Travis Frederick, the center, was a Pro Bowl guy, a first-round pick. Tyron Smith, left tackle, first-round pick. Zach Martin, right guard, first-round pick. No accident, they're all Pro Bowlers and all pro players. But at left guard, Ronald Leary is playing awfully well, filling in for Lyle Collins, who many thought would be a first-round pick, and Doug Free is steady Eddie at right tackle. This unit is terrific, and when we talk about MVPs, these guys won't win it, but we should mention them.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to the running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball, and that didn't happen on that play.
So they're operating in the red zone. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Ohio!
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Flex round!
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. 1 man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get him running right. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Let's go! Grind 38!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Frosty Rucker in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. But there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Flex round! Let's go!
A handoff left, Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go! Flex round!
They'll try again with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. You know, last week, Charles, I asked you about this Dallas defense. What do you make of them? 8-1, so much hype about the offense. Let's turn it defensive.
And they're a defense that really doesn't care about who gets the credit. And I know that's one of those great cliches. But they don't have that superstar that everyone just latches onto, except maybe Sean Lee, their linebacker, who I think is a marvelous player, all over the field when he's out there. But also, in this game, as we return to the Pittsburgh area where he grew up a Steelers fan, it had to be very sweet for him to take away a victory.
Exactly. Get to 8-1. On second down, Palmer. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. On first down, it's Palmer. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
This time, Palmer will throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And, Charles, I got to tell the story of our production meeting the other day. The guys were discussing MVP candidates, and you jumped in and said, hey, we need a collective MVP, the Dallas Cowboys O-line.
And I'm just glad the table supported me when I jumped up on it, because this Dallas offensive line fires me up. Travis Frederick at center. Ronald Leary at left guard, Zach Martin at right guard, Doug Free at right tackle, Tyron Smith at left tackle. They're as good as it is in the league. I think they're the best in the league, clearly. They should be in consideration for the MVP.
Now Palmer, and Gresham has it left side. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there, and still has it today.
This is Ellington. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Regular. Let's go.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Second down, 9 yards to go. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Prescott forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Partner, he did everything he was supposed to do. Felt the pressure, felt the heat, escaped outside, and while he was looking for open receivers, couldn't find them. Big play by the defense.
Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Hey!
Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He's got time in the pocket, eluding the pressure right. Going right side, he has Witten. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Another pistol look here.
Let's go!
A first down carry by Elliott. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. On play action, they'll throw. He's got time. Now he's forced out left. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. shift together here from the D-line.
Flex round.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And he will maneuver it. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Blue 58. Blue 58. Mirror, mirror, mirror.
Throwing now. Palmer on first down. Palmer's hit. Fumble. He loses the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And his kick is good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On first and 10, it's Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald until the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tyrone Crawford bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better.
And now this one's intercepted. A 3rd interception for Palmer. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the clock.